For years, the feud between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B has felt less like celebrity drama and more like a nonstop war that refuses to die. Every few months, something happens online that sends fans spiraling again. A shady post, a cryptic lyric, a suspicious interview, and somehow the internet always finds a way to connect it back to them. But recently, fans started saying something felt different. This time, people believe Nicki may have genuinely lost patience. And honestly, the tension didn't come out of nowhere. The history between Nicki and Cardi goes back years, and from the beginning, the rivalry carried a level of intensity rarely seen in the music industry. What made it even messier was how divided rap fans became. People didn't just support one artist over the other, they treated the feud like a full-blown cultural war online. Every achievement turned into competition, every chart placement became a fight, every award show created new drama. At first, both women tried acting like the rumors were exaggerated. There were moments where they publicly denied problems existed, but fans never fully believed it. The tension always seemed to linger underneath the surface. Then came the moment that changed everything, the infamous Fashion Week incident in 2018. That single night completely transformed their relationship in the public eye. Suddenly, this wasn't just internet gossip anymore. It became real-world chaos that exploded across headlines worldwide. Videos spread everywhere. Rumors flooded social media within minutes. And from that point forward, people viewed the feud very differently. Even years later, fans still bring that moment up constantly. And maybe that's because the drama never truly disappeared afterward. Over time, the conflict evolved into something stranger. Instead of direct confrontations, the internet became obsessed with decoding hidden messages. Fans started analyzing lyrics, Instagram captions, tweets, live streams, and interviews, looking for secret shots at each other. Sometimes the accusations sounded believable. Other times they felt completely insane, but the speculation never stopped. Recently, things escalated again after Nicki appeared visibly irritated during online interactions involving fan discussions about Cardi. Social media users claimed Nicki had grown tired of constantly being compared to Cardi's success, influence, and streaming numbers. At the same time, Cardi's fans argued Nicki kept indirectly fueling drama herself. And once fan bases get involved, everything becomes louder. That's really what keeps this feud alive. The artists may throw occasional shade, but the fan wars online are absolutely relentless. Entire accounts exist just to attack the other side daily. Every release becomes a battlefield. Every public appearance triggers comparisons. Even neutral topics somehow turn into arguments involving Nicki and Cardi. It's exhausting just watching it. But recently, fans noticed Nicki responding differently than before. For years, she often addressed controversy with sarcasm, jokes, or indirect comments. But now, some viewers believe her frustration sounds far more personal. Clips from live streams and social media interactions began circulating online where fans claimed Nicki looked genuinely irritated discussing constant drama surrounding her name. Then the rumors exploded again. People started accusing both camps of secretly monitoring each other online. If Cardi posted something cryptic, fans immediately assumed it targeted Nicki. If Nicki tweeted vague comments about loyalty, jealousy, or the music industry, people instantly connected it back to Cardi. The cycle became endless. And honestly, part of the reason the feud remains so fascinating is because both women represent different eras of rap dominance. Nicki spent years being viewed as the undisputed queen of mainstream female rap. She built a massive fan base, broke barriers, and dominated an industry that often gave women limited space to succeed simultaneously. Then Cardi arrived, and her rise happened incredibly fast. Suddenly, the industry had another female superstar capable of dominating charts, headlines, and social media conversations at an enormous level. Instead of celebrating both artists equally, fans and media immediately framed it as a competition. That pressure created a perfect storm. People constantly compared sales, personalities, fashion, relationships, and success. Interviews became awkward, award shows became tensed, every interaction felt loaded with hidden meaning. Eventually, fans stopped asking whether Nicki and Cardi disliked each other. They started wondering how bad things really were behind the scenes. The latest wave of drama reportedly started after online debates about influence and legacy spiraled out of control again. Nicki's supporters argued she opened doors for an entire generation of female rappers, including Cardi herself. Meanwhile, Cardi's fans pushed back aggressively, saying Cardi earned her own success without needing comparisons to anyone. The arguments became brutal, and then Nicki appeared to respond. That's the moment many fans claim she finally lost patience. Some interpreted her posts and comments as frustration toward the nonstop comparisons that have followed her for years. Others believe she was angry about the way social media constantly tries to pit women against each other for entertainment. But critics weren't sympathetic. They accused Nicki of continuing fueling tension whenever things started calming down. According to that side, every cryptic message only restarts the cycle all over again. And honestly, both sides accuse the other of exactly the same thing. That's why the feud feels impossible to escape. Even when neither artist directly mentions the other, the internet fills in the blanks automatically. A new song drops, fans search for hidden disses. Someone unfollows another person, it becomes headline news. An interview feels slightly awkward, suddenly people claim there's secret drama happening backstage. The internet turned this rivalry into a permanent storyline. What makes the situation even more complicated is how personal fan loyalty became over the years. Supporting Nicki or Cardi online often feels less like music preference and more like joining opposing teams. People defend these artists with incredible intensity, and sometimes the artists themselves appear exhausted by it. There have been moments where both Nicki and Cardi hinted that online toxicity crosses dangerous lines. Fan harassment, threats, and nonstop attacks have repeatedly surrounded the feud. Yet despite that, the cycle continues because controversy drives massive engagement online. And the music industry knows it. Every time drama resurfaces, streams rise, social media explodes, interviews trend again. The feud became bigger than music a long time ago. At the center of all this is Nicki herself. For over a decade, she carried enormous pressure as one of the most visible women in rap history. Fans expect perfection constantly. Critics analyze every move. New artists emerge every year. And social media never stops comparing her legacy to younger stars. That pressure clearly affects people over time. Some fans now believe Nicki's recent reactions reflect deeper frustration with the entire culture surrounding celebrity competition online. Because no matter what she accomplishes, the conversation always circles back to conflict. And Cardi faces similar pressure too. Every success she has gets measured against Nicki somehow. Instead of simply existing as separate artists, the internet permanently connected them in one endless narrative. That's why even tiny moments explode into controversy instantly. Recently, social media users started revisiting old interviews and clips again, trying to prove one side secretly hated the other from the beginning. TikTok edits with dramatic music flooded timelines. YouTube creators posted theories claiming there were hidden industry alliances behind the feud. Suddenly, old drama felt brand new again. And honestly, the scariest part about internet culture today is how impossible it becomes to escape narratives once they're created. Even silence gets interpreted as shade. If Nicki says nothing, fans assume she's angry. If Cardi posts something random, people claim it's strategic. Everything becomes evidence for whatever storyline the internet already believes. Meanwhile, both artists continue living under enormous public scrutiny while millions of strangers dissect every interaction in real time. That kind of pressure would destroy most people mentally. But perhaps the most interesting part of this entire feud is what it says about fame itself. Because underneath all the tweets, rumors, and fan wars is a bigger issue the music industry keeps repeating. Women in rap are constantly pushed into competition narratives. Instead of allowing multiple artists to dominate peacefully, the internet almost demands conflict. Fans want rivalries, headlines, drama, betrayal. Someone always has to be winning while someone else is falling off. And maybe Nicki's recent frustration comes from being trapped inside that cycle for years. Because after over a decade at the top, perhaps she's simply tired of every achievement being overshadowed by endless comparisons and controversy. Or maybe the feud truly is as personal as fans believe. Honestly, nobody outside their inner circles fully knows anymore. But one thing is undeniable. The Nicki Minaj and Cardi B rivalry has become one of the most obsessive celebrity feuds of the social media era. And every time people